Speaker Faustino Bojidi, the De Venecia family, my colleagues, fellow Filipinos, there are moments in life of a nation when words feel small before the magnitude of a life well lived. Today, we gather in this chamber not merely to mourn the passing of former Speaker Jose de Venecia Jr., but to honor a man whose name has become inseparable from the very story of this House. Speaker Joe was not simply a presiding officer in Congress. He was a founder, a builder, a unifier. He was one of the fathers of Lakas, when it was still Lakas Tao, then Lakas NUCD, at a time when our democracy was finding its footing once more. He did not build a party for power, he built a movement for purpose. And in so doing, he helped shape a generation of leaders who believe that governance must be inclusive, reform-driven, and anchored in national unity. As a speaker for 5 terms, he transformed this institution, and under his leadership, the House became what it ought to be, a forum where every legislative district, every island, every province, every city had a voice at the table. He believed that the strength of the Republic was measured not by the dominance of a few, but by the participation of all. He was the father of the Rainbow Coalition, a phrase that will forever belong to him. But the Rainbow Coalition was not merely a political strategy. It was a philosophy of governance. It was the recognition that in a democracy as diverse as ours, Christian and Muslim, North and South, majority, minority, progress is achieved not by exclusion, but by consensus. He brought together representatives across party lines, across ideologies, across regions, and he forged agreements that allowed this House to enact reforms that shaped our economy, strengthened our institutions, and advanced social justice. House Resolution number 247, adopted by this chamber, records for history his distinguished service and significant contributions to the country. But no resolution can fully capture what we, who sat with him, debated with him, learned from him, and were guided by him, know to be true. That his leadership was grounded in respect, equal respect, for every member of this House, regardless of affiliation. He was a consensus builder in the noblest sense. He did not silence dissent. He harmonized it. He did not diminish differences. He reconciled them. In an era where division often threatens institutions, he demonstrated that unity is not weakness. It is strength, disciplined by wisdom. And yet, Speaker Joe's vision did not stop at our shores. He was a global Filipino, a visionary who understood that the Philippines must not only participate in the international community, but to help shape it. Long before interfaith dialogue became a global imperative, he was already advocating unity among Christians, Muslims, and believers of all traditions. He initiated dialogues at the United Nations. He opened channels of communication between governments and insurgents. He believed that faith, properly understood, is not a source of conflict, but a bridge towards peace. In a world fractured by ideology and religion, he insisted that dialogue was not optional, it was necessary, and he carried that conviction not as rhetoric, but as a mission. Here at home, this House has enshrined his legacy in enduring form. The Jose de Venecia Museum, the first of its kind, stands within this complex as a living testament to his life of service, It is not merely a collection of memorabilia. It is a reminder to every member of the House who walks these halls that leadership is stewardship, that office is temporary, but legacy is lasting. The titles fade, but integrity endures. I had the honor of being the principal author of the House resolution that formally expressed this institution's gratitude for his lifetime of service. I just did so not only as Speaker of the House, but as President of Lakas CMD, a party he helped found, nurture, and guide. It was my way of ensuring that history would remember what we all know, that he was one of the great architects of modern Philippine parliamentary leadership. But beyond titles, beyond the resolutions, beyond the museum, we remember the man. We remember his laughter in the corridors. We remember his patience during heated debates. We remember his capacity to listen, truly listen before deciding. We remember his steady presence when storms, political or otherwise, tested this institution. He taught us that power must be exercised with humility, that conviction must be tempered by compassion, that leadership must be anchored in faith, not just religious faith, but faith in the Filipino people. Today, House members from every legislative district, from every political persuasion, stand united in grief and in gratitude. That unity in this solemn hour may well be his final gift to us. Speaker Joe once proved that a rainbow is not made of one color. It is made precisely beautiful because of its diversity. The house he leaves behind reflects that truth. And the nation he served continues to strive toward that unity he so passionately believed in. To Manay Gina, to Kong Tof, to the entire De Venecia family, your loss is immeasurable, but so too is the nation's gratitude. Former Speaker Jose de Venecia Jr. has taken his final bow, but the ideals he lived for, unity, peace, dialogue, reform, remain. And as long as this House stands, as long as representatives gather here in pursuit of the common good, his spirit will not be absent. He built bridges, he built consensus, he built institutions, he built hope. And in so doing, he built a legacy that will endure far beyond his years. May we prove worthy of it. Thank you, Speaker Jose de Venecia Jr. Wala yun.